Culture Guide of Chinese Foreign Exchange Student. Okay, meeting our student. Her name is Mei Chan. She's from Hong Kong. She is Catholic and she wants to study nursing. She has a passion for helping others and traveling like her father. She originates from Hong Kong, China. Her family is very traditional with their culture and passed down from generation to generation. However, they allow themselves to have an open mind, experience new things. She wants to come to America to experience change in culture. Even though religion is edgy and conversation in China, her family practices Catholicism. Even though her family in early generations not officially belonged to any particular religion traditionally. Hong Kong's China's geology. Mei Chan and her family lives in Hong Kong, China. Hong Kong, China is a coastal city that active right along the shore of east side of the Pearl River and South China Sea of all sides, except the north side, which is actually next to Guangdong. Okay, so their climate in Hong Kong is tropical climate and traditionally is very hot summers and humidity. And there's winters which are dry and cool. Lowest temperature recorded is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which was in 1893, but traditionally it usually drops down to 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, Hong Kong and China natural disasters. They usually have typhoons as well as land-made disasters such as earthquakes. Normally they have typhoons normally between the months of June through October, which is normally between 20 to 30 typhoons a year. Okay, so Hong Kong's plants and trees. Since they are considered a tropical climate region, most of their plant life consists of palm trees, pine, eucalyptus, banyan, and concordation, whatever that is. And they usually have a lot of tropical environments. So politics and religion. Most Chinese do profess and to belong to a certain organization, religion, but they're known to have different religions down there. Buddhism, Taoism, Confucianism, and some worship gods or goddesses, oceans, and waters. Usually, you kind of see the same religion aspects like we do in America down there. Politically, the Chinese are known to be a communist party which prefer a leading party for China. And they're known to be like dictators. Okay, Chinese aspects of communication. Analysts for China, Hong Kong long-term orientation is the highest factor, however, which it comes to individualism. They actually rank lowest for some other Asian countries. This is told for the attributed from their communism ruled over their country, which come back due to their collective culture. The Chinese like to successfully participate with others and must avoid conflict to all possible. Therefore, they believe communication should be strengthening relationships and not change them. Okay, and China is also considered to have high power distance, which can plainly explain the high level of inequality and wealth and power within a society. For example, the Chinese greatly push for the peace and collectivism, therefore, with a rely on a person's tone of voice, factual expression, and posture to know how the person is feeling. So nonverbal gestures. In someone in frowning, which someone is speaking, someone is in Chinese culture would view that as a way of disagreement. They would try to remain quiet and use emotionless expression during the speech in conversation. It's also considered to be disrespectful to be staring at other person's eyes, especially in a crowded scenario. People in their culture used to as Chinese chonai contact to provide some privacy for themselves. So there's polite nods and are common, which greeting someone. However, due to their controlled style, the gestures are not to be frequent. Unlike United States, pointing is done with entire hand rather than one finger. So in conclusion, Mei Chan comes to America, and more specifically Northern Kentucky, to go to college. She wants most likely to be a culture shock, especially if she wasn't accustomed to our culture. When introduction Mei Chan to other American, it would be responsible and right to explain to her the difference in how we perceive verbal and nonverbal communication. In America culture, we believe we introducing other selves to believe that respectful to handshakes with eye contact. I mentioned before, the instance might become off and uncomfortable in Mei Chan due to direct eye contact and consider rude and uncomfortable in China. I think that Mei Chan would like our area in Northern Kentucky very much because how we are rich in our own traditions yet embrace the respect of others and own personal beliefs. I feel she would have to take a minute to get used to our customs, especially with our rule and general ways of communication verbally and non-verbally because of the conflict of difference between American and Chinese customs. Okay, and this is my citation page at the end of the presentation. Same thing on my paper. Thank you, and have a good day.